Hi Virgo, I hope that you guys are doing well. We are here with your reading, what you need to know for June. I was seeing Three of Swords and I was seeing Ten of Wands. Okay, we're starting with the Death card. This means that there's something heavy that's going on. Having the Death card and having Ace of Swords here shows that there's going to be like after sight to a situation, meaning something is going to close out. It is going to feel like the final ending of something where this is not going to be something that continues beyond this point in its current form. And I'm also seeing the Ace of Swords here, which shows that there's going to be a feeling of like, there's going to be a feeling of clarity surrounding this. So if there had been something going on that was feeling unclear, you had been feeling unsure, there was a lack of understanding about something, or just like what's happening, there is going to be a feeling of things being very clear, of being able to clearly understand things, to clearly see things, like a breakthrough, essentially. That's what this is bringing you. It's bringing you an ability to really see things as they are, for what they are. See how it sort of is ushered in by this? Like, this is what the Death card is bringing to you. So in this final closing out of this cycle, like, clarity is going to come of it. Like, truth is going to come of it. So whatever had been also too like getting in the way of you having this clarity, of you having this understanding, of you being able to see things as they truly are, that stuff is going to close out too. So you're going to be getting the truth in June, Virgo. This is something that you're going to spend some time with. Okay. This also means too that you can be seeing clearly like what needs to go, what needs to be shed, that type of thing. Having Page of Swords be in the middle of this, I feel like you are at this point gathering information. Having Eight of Cups and having Hermit feels like you asking yourself whether or not it's right for you to stay in a situation. Not only whether or not it's right, but it's also like, are you getting what you need? Do you feel happy? Because I feel more so like the Eight of Cups is about being honest with yourself about whether or not you're going to get what it is that you're looking for on an emotional and spiritual level. And then deciding what you want to do about that. But it's about, if you're not going to get something, like if the Eight of Cups is a situation where what you want is not available, it feels more so about the recognition of that and figuring out if that's so or not. Because when you have Eight of Cups and you have Hermit, it's still trying to figure out, can I find what I'm looking for there? Like, can I be happy with that? Can I feel peace about that? Or is this something that's really going to leave me feeling empty? Like there's something within me that's not being satiated that's really important to my value system, or like what I need. So I'm seeing this is basically what's happening. So I feel too like you're seeing things clearly of like, if this comes to an end, like what is that really going to look like for me? Like, do I really want that to be happening? Either way, there's going to be a big shift that happens. There's going to be a big change. And I feel like what's going to happen is that you're either going to accept a situation as it is and what you can get from it, and also accept what you can't get from it. Or you're going to do that and then, well, you're going to do that and you're going to decide, like, do I stay in that then, or do I not stay in that then? So either way you cut it, you're going to look at something and you're going to see whether you can get what you need from it or not. And then after that point, you're going to decide what you want to do about that. Like, is that something that I can like happily stay within? Or is that something where I cannot stand to do that to myself, but I've been keeping myself here because I've been telling myself, like, maybe someday I'm gonna get what I need from this, you know, but it's not ever gonna materialize. So I feel more than anything, this is about you really taking a look at this. Like, this is feeling like a very judgment type of situation where you're like, I need to know what's going on here. And then if a decision needs to be made, that's going to happen after. Because first you need to see what's going on. And then you'll be able to assess and figure out, like, what do you do from there. So during the month of June, it looks like that's what's happening here. There is an option for you to not do whatever this is anymore, meaning to close it out. But you could feel like either way, there are big changes on the horizon. So for what something is, do you want to, in like all of its, like the pure, honest understanding of something, for what it is, do you want to stay doing that? Or in that state of acceptance of what something is, you don't want to do that anymore. You don't want to stay in that anymore. But more than anything, it feels like about seeing the truth. You're not trying to make something into something that it's not, and then being disappointed because of not being like honest about that. Could also be thinking about your needs as well. Feels more so like your emotional and spiritual needs. Connection. Having an Ace of Swords and also having Ace of Cups feels like this is going to be an intense new chapter, having both of them be connected with the Death card. I feel more than anything like the way that I'm seeing this, let's say Death is a character coming through, and the energy that Death brings is you can finish this right now. If you do decide to, here's what's going to be happening. And I'm seeing you be in a position where Death is like, if you want to take this thing that I'm offering to you, you're over here, you're the Page of Swords. Death is coming through and being like, hey, I'm offering this to you, and you're over here like just listening to what Death is saying, and it's going to help you see a situation for what it is, and then also decide what you want to do about that. Like if you want to stay within that or if you don't want to. But first you have to see the truth. So Death is like, if you take my offer, this is what's going to be happening. But also it's your choice, because this feels like you're just being given information and then you're going to get to decide what you want to do about it from there. So it feels too that either way you cut it as well, there's going to either be a new connection or there's going to be a renewed connection in a way where connection is going to be happening in some way, shape, or form. That's what the Death card is bringing. I feel too like this is about adjusting your expectations to how things actually are presently. So this isn't like 2 years ago I could get what I needed from this. It's like right now, can you? And if you can't get like what you're expecting or if you're looking for, like, do you still want to stay within that or not? I'm seeing Ace of Cups and I'm seeing the Hanged Man, which means that something's could have been sort of like handed to you from the clouds and you may have not known where it was coming from. Because I feel like two different things are going on here. Death is bringing the Ace of Swords, but Hanged Man is bringing the Ace of Cups. When Hanged Man brings the Ace of Cups, it can show that there's something being offered to you that you can connect with, but having Hanged Man there can indicate that it's not going to be exactly what you think it's going to be. So it can present in one way and then unfold in another, like that. But maybe that's also what you had been doing before. Maybe you were in a cycle where you felt like there was a connection that you were in, or something or someone that you were connecting to, and you interpreted it one way, like it's going to mean this, and then as it started unfolding, it ended up being something very different than you initially thought. So you may at this point be seeing that too, like I was seeing what I wasn't seeing before. Because I feel like the Death card and the Hanged Man are meeting one another, and I feel like it's putting an end to something that you weren't able to see before, and you get the truth now. And it's going to allow you to move forward rather than being stuck in something where it's like, is it this? Is it that? What's happening over here? And there's a lot of like not really truly knowing what was going on, which is the function of Neptune as well. It can be this very tricky energy where you sort of see what you want reflected, but then for some reason it's like not really coming about. And then whatever sort of like trickery this was that was happening, you end up being able to see through it. So in that moment of like pure, true, honest self-reflection with yourself and what you're experiencing, you do have that breakthrough of like, now I understand what I was supposed to be seeing, and I also see like what I wasn't seeing before. Basically, like you are learning what you need to, like you have gained what you needed. You found out what you were meant to find out. And it now allows you to move forward. It's like you found your way through the maze in the month of June. That's what's going to be happening. Okay. You're moving towards something that's going to feel quite stable. I feel like you're too also at a point where there could have been something that was being offered to you and it like wasn't what it said it was going to be, like that with Neptune here. So it can be like the carrot dangling in front of you, and as much as you chase after it, like you're never going to get it, like that type of thing. So it's like always there, but it's like really empty inside. It's like not really, like you're not going to get it. It's not going to materialize. If you do get it, like if you do get the carrot, it's like you grab it and you realize like it was a fake carrot. It's like something like that about this. As far as what you're specifically looking for, like that type of thing. So I'm seeing you move towards something that's like actually solid. It looks like you're moving on from that and moving towards something that's legitimately solid for you, like legitimately has value that you can like observe, that you can touch and taste and feel, like that type of thing with Pentacles. Pentacles is something that like you know holds value for you, and something where there's not that like cloudiness around it. High Priestess, how about that? I feel like you're being, like you are being called through a cycle to go towards what legitimately actually holds value versus what is being put in your face, but it's like not the real thing. There's definitely a lot of stuff that's shifting around psychologically for you as well, having Death card and having Hanged Man here. This is Scorpio and this is Neptune, and this means that you're cutting through to whatever had been some type of illusion of sorts. So whatever was going on where you were like, I'm seeing the outside of this, but I'm not understanding the center of it, or I can't see through to the center of it. This is where that gets split in the middle and you see exactly what was going on at the core. And you can feel like it was not an upfront situation too. But it's taking this sort of like psychological shifting that's happening, this elevating that's happening. I think you're also too in a space where you're relying on your intuition a lot. Like figuring things out by tuning in and listening to your own guiding voice. Feels like change is the only option here because of not being down for something to continue as it is any longer. But as I said before, this can be a psychological type of change that's happening that then is going to change the way you're interacting with this situation, perceiving it, and having realistic expectations about what's going on and then what you want to do from there. I see the devil on the bottom of the deck, and there can be themes of attachment that are coming up. Attachment meaning what may be familiar to you, and so you can be comfortable with that familiarity. However, it's not giving you what you need. Like it's not presenting you with what you're looking for as far as your standards. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.